Dragon Poland's history stretches back over 45 years. The company is a leading producer of chemicals for the construction, automotive, and household sectors. The company's portfolio currently includes more than 400 product types. Dragon products are distributed to DIY stores, chain stores, wholesale outlets, and retail centers across the whole of Poland. They can be found in 5,000 locations around the country, both under their own brand and private labels. The company also exports its products abroad, currently to more than a dozen countries in Europe and Asia. 1900. The founders of Dragon, Zofia and Kazimierz Czekaj, inherited from their parents and grandparents an entrepreneurial tradition and the ability to overcome obstacles and to make difficult market decisions. In both families, trading and manufacturing traditions date back as far as the 19th century. 1924. In the interwar period, Zofia's grandfather owned 20 brickyards and was also a manufacturer of construction materials and precast concrete products. During the same period, Kazimierz's father was a two-term mayor of the town of Łańcut and also supported his wife in running a private library and textile shop. In 1926, Kazimierz's father, Józef, founded a well-known and prestigious tailoring business in Krakow, specializing, amongst other things, in the production of police uniforms. In 1946, Zofia Czekaj's father, Jan Szmulc, began the manufacture of special-purpose rubber products under the Gumpol brand name. He also produced diving suits, which he designed and tested himself, and was one of the first manufacturers of these in Central Europe. Gumpol achieved great success and became a well-known brand, providing rubber suits for the military. The company's products were promoted in numerous ways, including by participation in one of the first post-war trade fairs, the Poznan International Fair. In the turbulence of political transformation in the 1940s and 50s, the dynamically growing company was collectivized. Undaunted by the climate of negativity towards private entrepreneurship, Jan Szmulc founded another business. He focused on small goods, patented rubber paint rollers, rubber seals for jars, washers of various types, gas heater membranes, and a waterproof synthetic fabric known in Poland as ortalion, which was very popular at the time. The history of Dragon dates back to November 12, 1972. When Zofia and Kazimierz Czekaj decided to leave the post they held and take the risk of starting their own business. At the time, Kazimierz Czekaj was an assistant professor at Krakow University of Technology, while Zofia Czekaj was employed in the technological department of the Wawel chocolate factory in the same city. The 1970s were a time when people with higher education were not allowed to run private businesses. Overcoming such obstacles and concealing the fact that they were university-educated, the Czekajs opened a fabric renewal and flocking workshop. It was a decision based in part on the experience gained by Kazimierz Czekaj during his time working in a paper factory in Austrian Tyrol. Kazimierz developed a new production line for fabric and paper flocking using new technology of his own design. His innovative device used a high-intensity electrostatic field to accelerate the flock, short-colored cotton fibers, to a speed high enough to embed them in the fabric surface, which was coated with an original proprietary adhesive. The young Czekajs divided their responsibilities, with Zofia dealing with sales and distribution and Kazimierz focusing on the manufacturing side and its development. The materials produced were unlike any others and were extremely rare for the time, and their popularity with clients grew quickly, leading to a period of dynamic growth for the company. In 1976, the company introduced another revolutionary device for fabric profile flocking. Mr. and Mrs. Czekaj began production of Christmas tree baubles coated with flock fabric in various colors. There was a great deal of interest in these products, not least during the Poznan fair. Indeed, demand was such that queues formed in front of the company's factory. A period of rapid sales growth followed, and the company's development continued apace. From 1981, there were ever more frequent shortages of cotton, a material used in the production of flock and other fabrics. It became increasingly hard to secure the materials required for flock fabric production. Once again, the ability to make hard decisions and to overcome difficulties was indispensable. Mr. and Mrs. Czekaj took the decision to move away from textiles. Using the experience they had gained in the production of flock fabric, they began production of adhesives. Their first product was an adhesive called Bunapren, the name coming from the Buna rubber, on which it was based. The 1980s saw the company focus on investments to provide a foundation for future development. In 1983, the company moved to new premises in Szczygłowice near Krakow, and this enabled it to broaden its range of products. The company began production of solvents and introduced new and improved recipes for its adhesives. The founders of the company saw the need for a strong brand that would clearly identify the company and its products, and the company's new name was chosen in a family vote. Referencing Krakow's legendary Wawel dragon, the Dragon brand was established, with its characteristic logo of a black dragon against an orange background, symbolizing power, strength, and energy. A trademark application was filed at the Polish Patent Office and legal protection for the brand was granted in 1991. The 1990s were a period of continuous development for the company. A particular breakthrough was the purchase of an aerosol production line from a leading Swiss supplier. This allowed further extension of the company's product portfolio to include spray paints, greases, and spray varnishes. In 1995, the company's first export contracts for polymer adhesives were signed. The company also entered into cooperation with DIY chains and general goods stores, entering the Polish market. In 1997, Dragon widened its range to include solvents in metal containers and DIY glues in tubes and blister packs. In December 1999, the company opened new headquarters on Powstania Listopadowego Street in Krakow. The new building was very modern for the time and provided full logistics support. The family will long remember 2003 as a year of trials and great challenges. In May, a fire damaged the manufacturing plant, and once again the company's founders were faced with a difficult decision. The experience and knowledge they had gained over the years, and above all their ability to work intensively together, enabled the rebuilding of the company's production facilities and a stunningly rapid reaccumulation of raw materials. In 2005, Dragon introduced new product groups to its portfolio, responding to and meeting the expectations of its clients, and production of emulsion paints and enamels began. A program of automation was also introduced to meet growing market demand. The family traditions of innovation and unconventional thinking and its passion for invention showed themselves once more. The company developed innovative solutions both independently and in cooperation with other institutions, leading to increases in manufacturing efficiency and to improvements in the quality of its products. In response to growing sales dynamics, decisions were taken to expand into new markets and establish new and varied channels of distribution. In 2012, the company celebrated the 40th anniversary of its establishment, and its founders, Zofia and Kazimierz Czekaj, transferred the business to their sons, Piotr and Michał. At the same time, the company changed its name to Dragon Poland. 2013. A new stage of dynamic development began. Production processes were modernized and a new organizational structure was introduced to facilitate further market expansion and growth. Alongside the leading Dragon brand, over 20 new brands were introduced, such as Sentik, Maxolin, Pomoc Domowa and Pico, brands which today are already very well known. Responding to client needs, dedicated brand production and production for private labels were introduced. The company's product portfolio was expanded to include new products such as sealants, impregnates, primers, wood painting and protection products, paint and cleaning supplies. The company has dynamically expanded its presence in international markets. The most important goals of the company are to produce high-quality products and ensure continued growth. For this reason, Dragon Poland has made the intensive development of its machinery and technological facilities a priority. Its highly qualified team of technologists is focused on the development of innovative solutions in the fields of construction and household chemicals. close cooperation with institutions of higher education and research and development centers, with co-funding from EU via the Innovative Economy and Smart Growth programs, among others, have facilitated product innovation and continuous process improvement. In June 2016, the construction of a new office, warehousing and manufacturing complex began in the Skawina economic zone. Construction of the complex required 12 kilometers of steel pipes, 80 kilometers of cable of various types, 700 automatic valves, 500 meters of conveyors, 300 sensors of various kinds and 45 electronic controllers. The new facility uses cutting-edge technologies, using both in-house solutions and those developed in cooperation with institutions and specialists in different fields. This has enabled considerable increases in productivity, improving both product quality and working conditions. The total capacity of the facility, including main and auxiliary tanks, reaches as much as 1,500,000 liters. The total area covered by the complex is 120,000 square meters, with a usable area of over 13,500 square meters and 15,000 square meters of essential yard space and roads. The facility is capable of loading 480,000 pallets yearly, which is equivalent to more than 15,000 lorries. The facility's unique modern process lines allow for the annual production of 50 million bottles of solvent, 14 million tubes of glue, and 20 million 5-liter canisters of solvent, wall primer, or wood impregnate. The new complex also contains 1,200 square meters of modern office space, with social areas to improve the quality and comfort of the working environment. As part of the company's focus on environmental protection, the systems and technological solutions used in the plant allow for a reduction of approximately 15% in CO2 emissions in comparison to traditional methods of production. The owners of Dragon Poland believe that investment in such a modern complex will facilitate both further growth for the company and the continued delivery of the highest quality products to business partners and customers in Poland and abroad.